So I'm looking to become more productive in creating YouTube videos and managing my channel. So I use a variety of tools I would like to share with everyone today because I believe this will not just help with anybody who's interested in creating YouTube videos, but also life in general. So Windows actually has some interesting tools to keep you organized and on track. So the first one is so simple. On Windows 10, it's called Alarm and Clock. And believe it or not, this sounds simple and stupid, but you want to kind of time yourself when you're creating YouTube videos, and there's a timer right here. So it's always good to have a stopwatch, excuse me, not a timer, but a stopwatch just to keep track of how long you do a video. I originally created this video and it was like 16 minutes long, so we're gonna do it for less than 16 minutes. I'm hoping less than 10 minutes. So as far as this is concerned, you can set an alarm to remind you when things are done, and it's just something you should always keep in mind. And there's a plus button, that's how you add it. It's very simple. If you haven't used this, I highly suggest looking at it. So that's the alarm clock. It's really simple and not hard to use. The second one is a note-taking app, and I highly recommend it. It's called OneNote. It's built into Windows 10 and the browser called Edge on Windows 10, and it represents a notebook. So what you can do is you click on this plus button and you create sections, and it's like a little tab. So I'm going to name this section, for example, YouTube. And with that section of YouTube, I can start naming the page that I'm on called Video Ideas. So for example, if I want to do something in VR, I can say VR video idea, get an HTC Vive, which would be nice. So I can put that there, and now what happens is when I start typing, I can actually move my text around, which is really handy. And instead of, let's say, having this text, I can make it more like a little checkbox. So get an idea in HTC Vive can be checked off kind of as a list, and once it's done, it'll show it checked off here. And you can also create numbers and just have just anything to do with notes. It's really handy. You can insert pictures, so I can have a picture be on here. So for example, something like that, do or do not, there is no try. I can insert that into here and have it a part of my video ideas just to keep yourself organized. Let's say I wanted to draw and write and highlight. I can do that as well. By clicking on draw, I have the option and ability to A, draw by hitting this little button right here. I can draw. Or B, I can highlight, which is what I'm looking to do. So I can highlight right here. I can get an idea on the HTC Vive that's really important, and now it's always there as a page. As I continue to add pages, it will add things together. So having said that, I'm going to launch Edge, and let's say I happen to find a news article that I like to look at. So for example, I can click on here and see something about the Ohio prosecution case of the zoo, and I want to make a note and label everything. And not just for YouTube, but for anything in general. I can click on this right here in Edge called Make a Web Note if you launch the browser. And once I click on that, it will allow me to do things like highlight certain parts of the article, draw and write notes on other parts of the article, and even add like a little text note. This is a drawing. And it can help you stay organized and on task, which is really helpful. So when I hit that save button, I can save that to my YouTube section. And when I go back, I click on view note, you can see that it will actually add it to my YouTube section on this as video ideas and as sections on the pages. So that's one thing that's pretty cool as far as that's concerned. And you can actually share your thought too with other people, which is kind of neat. But one thing I mean, I personally like it quite a bit, and this is the YouTube I wanted to save it to, and now it'll add it as a page. It's pretty cool, and I use it for general note-taking, but what I really like to do is I like to take notes with an application called, not notes, but list. I like to make lists with an application called Wunderlist, and it's a phenomenal app that works across all platforms like OneNote. And it will work on your iPhone, and for example, I can add to-do lists and add different sections of my to-do list. Like I already have a YouTube section right here, and if I want to create another section, I hit that create list, and I can actually share this with other people if I'm collaborating with a group. So we'll call this YouTube Creators Group, and I can actually add a name or an address for other people. And from doing that, I can just add this to-do list. So I can say create a group on Google Groups. Hit the enter key, and now it's created. And that's not just there. I can click on that and set a date and reminder. So I can say the Thursday the 9th, and I can have it repeat. And I can even attach files to it if I happen to have files to it, which is really cool. The minute I check it, it goes into my completed to-dos. And I can actually uncheck it by going up to highlighted completed to-dos. You can also do subtasks and categories. It's really, really neat. You just need a Microsoft account to use it. And it's very self-explanatory. If you want to delete notes, you can delete notes right there. You can delete that to-do, and it will forever have it deleted. So that's pretty cool. One thing that I also like to do is keep tabs on news. So for example, and we'll go into IFTT in a second, but I like to have, for a YouTube channel, I love to keep myself involved with the news, which is more for YouTubers. But for example, if I want, this is called Feedly. It's an RSS feed, which allows me to create groups of news. So you can see I already have something like Apple, Macintosh, rumors, Google, Android, and I can even create new versions of everything. So if you go to feedly.com, it's very self-explanatory. And if I click on today's search, I can type in something like Windows 10, news and updates, which could be handy for me to create YouTube videos. So if I click on that, it will show me all the things to do with Windows 10 news and updates. And if I hit that plus Feedly button, that will create a collection that I can now have. So I'm going to do Technology Enterprise for Windows 10. And then once I do that, if I go to Technology Enterprise, I have something on Active Directory, and now I have my Windows 10. And this is really important because you want to keep track of news stories if you're doing YouTube videos, to kind of keep it together. So what's really handy about that is that you can have everything organized and saved for later. There's other things like integrations with if this then that, which we'll talk about. If this then that is a very handy website, and what that allows you to do is it allows you to create recipes. And recipes are simply things like if I upload a video to YouTube, then Twitter will upload a little tweet and tell me that it's all set. So these are little things that you can do. And so to create a recipe, all I have to do is hit create recipe and integrate my services with channels. So if I click on this, so for example, if I want something, I'm going to search YouTube. Okay, so click on YouTube. Okay, it gives me some triggers that allows me to do something. So what is YouTube going to do? Well, my new public video was liked. So I like to have that liked. So I hit a trigger, create trigger, and then this happens. So I'm going to do something with Google Drive. So I'm going to click on Drive here, and it will actually create a document and let me know specifically when something is liked. So I can just call this like title and liked video. It will actually insert it in there when I hit create action. So if a new video liked, then create a document in Google Cloud Drive. And I can hit create that recipe, and it will let me know when it's run. And what's really cool is that this will work on multiple platforms. I'll show you an example of my other recipes. But it's a little bit complicated. I could do a video completely on this, but I just thought I'd give you a look into what you can do. So for example, if you tell Siri to change color, it'll change it to your Philips Hues. There's some really cool other apps, but I really do appreciate this application. If this, then that, IFTTT. You can check that out in the App Store, and it's online. So thank you guys. If you like this video, I tried to make it condensed. It was 16 minutes long before, so now it's only about 9 minutes and 15 seconds. So thank you guys again for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. And let me know in the comment section what you think I should do for more videos. Thank you guys again for watching, and definitely stay tuned. This is SysNerd channel now, and we will just continue to upload new videos. Thank you very much.